Hey, mamas, I'm sure you've heard the quote, how you start your day is how you live your day, and how you live your day is how you live your life. In this session, Jeannette Lancien will be helping us to get our days started on the right foot by sharing morning rituals to connect with Mother Earth and self. Thank you, Jeannette. I am so glad that you're with us.
First, thanks for having me. And I feel like ritual in the morning is very, very important. Just as you said, it's how your day starts and allows you to have a foundation for your day that allows you to be kind of in integrity with yourself and grounded in the present moment. Even though, things like you said, things happen. You wake up, you turn around, it's lunch, you turn around, like it's dinner and you don't know what you're cooking. Like things happen, and especially with kids, like the day goes. But ritual kind of slows things down so you can be more present and you can kind of make some different choices. And I notice when I get tired and I neglect my rituals, things go off. So for me, it's been integral for me being aware and present as a parent. So like my favorite thing and is, just waking up. And sometimes like there's this, like I have a 6-year-old son and sometimes he likes to get up too. He'll sneak in on me. Like I get up at 5:30 just to be with an altar. He'll be like, "Hey, where's my smoothie?" It's 5:45 and I'm like, "What's a smoothie?" It's like, "Come over here. Okay, we'll light candles, we'll pour our libation." And that's like one of my favorite things to share with him because it doesn't involve fire. We'll get up in the morning, we'll put some water in a jar, and then we'll like put the water jar to our hearts, and we'll say, "Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother Nature, for all you give us, for all you share with us, for all the many ways you bless us and teach us how to be kinder with you, how to be gentler with you, and how to walk closer." And then and that's something really easy to do from the ages around like 4, 5, 6, because the whole point is like to get them like connected to and aware of the land so they can like be grounded but also really present in life. Because I find when you're connected with the land, you're grounded, things kind of move differently in the sense of like things may go fast, but you're aware that you're going fast and there's a lot more choices that you can make. And I find
Okay.
like I get a lot more energy, information and connections, make different choices when I'm grounded and present and connected with her. Another practice that we share together that like both of them are really good at is like just taking care of plants. And it's interesting to see how like the eldest is versus the youngest, because the youngest outside the house is all about the plants. He will get off his scooter and look. He wants to get down into the earth and like look at all the little flowers and notice their colors and be like, "Well, these look the same, but blah blah blah, and this." And I'm like, "We're supposed to be scooting, but okay." I think it's still possible to create the connection with the plants and with the earth, even if you're not a garden and folk person. There's okay. There's plants that are like easier to work with and care for, and like even just starting with things that are outside, starting with like connecting with trees. Like the kids have a tree friend outside and they're like, "Yeah, they got it from Stinky and Dirty." We
Okay.
haven't talked about my conversations with trees, but they're like, "Yeah, that tree is Tree Bomb and that's our friend. And we're going to go talk to Tree Bomb. And we're going to go hang out with Tree Bomb." And I'm like,
Okay.
I think with nature, there's this sort of thing where we forget that we're also part of nature,
Right.
and that like it's not like the weird thing about humanity is like we don't necessarily always have to take care of everything because we don't always know what we're doing. But like if we sit back and we listen, we'll be guided to better like take care of ourselves and everything around us. And I think sometimes that's the lesson of living with plants, is like they'll tell you when you're doing too much. So like libation is always a good way to start. Like, pouring water and expressing gratitude to Mother Earth, with gratitude to Mother Nature, even like gratitude to your house plants, like expressing gratitude for them taking care of you, for them being around you, for them loving on you. Like gratitude opens the door to connection. And if you don't get anything else done, expressing gratitude is a great way to start your day and a great thing to do with kids. Another like kind of easy and quick ritual that I like to do is feeding land spirits, feeding the spirits of the land wherever I go. So When the kids go to school, sometimes I will drop an offering on the land for the land spirits at the school,
Okay.
praying that the kids are treated well, that the kids are safe, that the kids are kept holy. Sometimes I'll just, put an apple under a bush and pray on the apple and then give it to the land.
Okay.
Sometimes you can like sprinkle some cornmeal on the land and say, you know, um, please be kind to the children. Please keep us safe. This is especially good to do around schools, around playgrounds. If your kid like plays soccer or anything of that sort, or on the sports fields. Another thing to do is like if you have a plant that you're, having a little trouble with, connect with that plant. Take a few minutes to sit with that plant. Ask that plant what it needs and start to build a relationship. I think being the weird thing about being human is like we think we already know everything or we have to know everything, and we don't have to know everything, and we often don't. But creating the space to be like, oh, what do you need? Is there anything you're teaching me? What's going on? And creating the space for communion and connection with the plant will support you. I think the more we kind of get to a space where whether we do it in the morning, whether we do it in the evening, whether we do it in the afternoon, is that like we kind of, if we're not able to go put our feet on some soil, we just generally have a plant at home that we connect with, the better. The better. So if you get nothing out of this, if you're like at a 30, you're the skyscraper and pouring water outside is dangerous. Pour water in a plant and then connect with that plant. Right. Express some gratitude to that plant and pour water in it. Thank you is the opening to all doors. And from there, just start feeding the land wherever you're at, expressing gratitude, praying that the land take care of you and bless you. Leaving things like apples.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Okay.
Leaving fruit, leaving cornmeal, even once again, pouring water, because it's easy to have water on you. And like, I don't know what everybody's finances are. Like, leaving things that are food items that are valuable to you and kind of discreet. Tobacco smoke is a good offering. Once a week, like I have like different dates with different things. Like I try to visit the local stream and like I give the stream some perfume. I go to the little park across the street. I leave some cornmeal and some water sometimes. And like on the balcony, what I'll do is I'll take my pipe and I'll smoke it, because smoke is a good offering for land spirits as well, for different nature spirits. Like they will take some smoke, they will enjoy some frankincense and myrrh resin, like something good like that. You can also use smoke as an offering, which I've done too.
And that's when you said the frankincense and myrrh. I have the resin. I have the Three Kings one,
yep,
which is like frankincense, myrrh, and like benzoate. Or I think a lot of us do that. Where we're kind of like 1 foot in the door, like we kind of know stuff, but then we're not thinking like we're doing it right, or like, you know what I mean? Because I do that before I light incense or anything like that. I do kind of like normally go like, okay, I'm bringing like fresh, like just like since this new scent is like a fresh feeling into the house when I do.
Yes.
Incense. Yeah.
Yes, like we do this. Well, I do the Saturday smoke out in this house. Saturday is a good day for getting the funk out. Mm-hmm. So in the boys' room, I'll just whip out the camphor. I'll warn like any green helpful beings to get out, because camphor gets everything out. It gets out the funk, the bad juju, whatever you need out. Camphor gets it out, and I'll smoke it out with camphor. And then like I'll come in here and we'll burn some dragon's blood.
What is that? Is that like it's kind of like a sage type dry something, or what is that?
It's like this white powdery. Actually, it's when I get it, sometimes it's powdery, but sometimes it's like a big little white nugget.
Okay.
And it drives stuff out. It gets stuff out. It's like good for repelling like mice. I like mice though. That's a different conversation. Like mice, roaches. If you need something out, camphor will get it out. But you got to be careful with camphor around kids, because it will cause seizures. So don't burn it with the kids in the room.
Right.
Open the window till everything to get out, light the camper, and then like leave the kids in the other side of the house. So, but yeah, you got to be careful. Camper also make you kind of like high. Like it opens up your psychic sense if you were around the smoke too much. But it'll clear stuff out. Lord, it clears the room. It's nice. Dragon's blood does too. Because what'll happen is like I'll burn some camphor in there and then I'll follow up some dragon's blood and ask it to bring some love in. Keep things protected.
And is that just something that we get like in incense form, or what's dragon's blood? Is that like a plant? Like
So,
I really don't know.
No, actually it's a tree and like you can get the resin, but like you can also get dragon's blood incense. Like I get that off of Amazon.
Okay.
I have a bunch of resin, but that's because I like secretly hoard resin to put in soap because I'm just like, I'm gonna make soap. Dragon's blood will clear stuff out. It's good for love, good for protection, but it'll clear stuff out. And it's also like a little kind of sweet too. Some people use it for sweetening, but I find it's more like it feels protection. It feels like protection to me. Like I like see a dragon around the apartment. Like it feels protective. So, but I think like to piggyback on your point, like a lot of like moms are already like doing this sort of stuff.
Right.
It's just kind of realizing like you got it. You just, set the intention. You're there. And like do the best you can to make a rhythm of it. Maybe for you, you guys, go play soccer, you make a discreet like libation to the field and pray for a good game. Maybe before you go to the beach, you bring the water some flowers, you say thank you and please keep us safe as we swim. You just do like little things just to kind of express gratitude for the land that we live on and around us, and watch it take care of you in big ways and small. I think it's possible to be grounded in the city and figure those sort of things out, but it's not what the way work is and not the way we're expected to be, especially with kids. Like I know some things about French life in the sense of like, you're expected to like, put your kids in the nursery and then get back to work. And then like the way I hear women talk about their day, there's not a lot of time to do anything other than work and cook dinner and whatever at night. So there's not space. The underground, if you learn to ground yourself and you're on the metro and it goes underground, you can feel the earth around you.
Oh yeah.
It's always there, but it's like we're not taught to connect to it. We're not taught to look for it.
Is it best to start with one day? Maybe you would mention like having the days and doing something like do you pick when you said the thing about Saturday and the smoke out Saturday, is that like a Sabbath thing or like
It is.
Yeah.
For me, it is Saturday. It is a day. So Saturday and like Tuesdays are days to do like if you want to do like work to protect the household. Those are the days I do protective work. Saturday and Tuesday.
Okay.
So it's Tuesday, like I do stuff on the floors and I do my own stuff, and then like Saturday is smoke out Saturday because I am not mopping multiple days of the week because I don't have energy.
Right.
So it's like the days, everything I can smoke out gets smoked out.
Okay.
And like in terms of working with like or doing different offerings, there are days I do different offerings to different land spirits, different spirit. Yeah. So like Wednesday is like air. I get to water when I can, but I spend a lot of time in water anyway, so it balances out. Fire, I fire all day, and earth is usually like today. Although I think earth would also be good to do Saturday, but it's the day everybody is here, and I could do it, but I'm usually like so tired by Saturday because I've noticed like when I make offerings, I get a response.
Okay.
And it's nice to see the response. Like the more I've been connecting with the land spirits over here, the more I feel like the frogs have taken a shine to me. So I go there and I'm like, hey, and they're like, hey. And then I get some helpful information. And then there's like a tree, and like a tree was like, come here today. And I talk with 2 different trees. So like the more you are on the land and you say thank you to the land, the more you'll get information from the land. The more the land will take care of you. So it's ideal to keep like a day to do certain things and to kind of work on building the relationship. But do what you can do, you know? That's why the libation is a great place to start because it's something that's easy, it's something that's simple, and you can build from there. Because, that also might be like, I don't feel comfortable going to a park bench and listening to a frog for 30 minutes. That's just foolishness. I'm not going to do it. But you can go to a park bench, bring an extra apple, and then toss it into the bush behind you and just say thank you to the land spirits and keep it moving.
Right. I think I'll probably just end there though, because I was gonna say like, oh wait, do you normally journal for this too, or what else can we do? But
Oh, you could journal. Like you could, it depends on how you also intuitively work.
right,
Because like sometimes you won't hear, like I hear voices and I see things, and sometimes I'm being taught to feel more.
okay,
So I hear voices, I get impressions, and sometimes I know. That's how it works for me. Those are the messages I get. Sometimes like it comes out of somebody else's mouth because I'm like not with the message or whatever I need to hear. So it'll come out of somebody else's mouth.
mm-hmm.
So the point is that you're opening yourself up to listen, and you're opening yourself up to the connection. You're saying thank you, being open. So yeah. But if you wanted to journal, journaling's awesome. Journaling's a great way to kind of work on your intuition. Automatic writing is a great way.
Automatic writing,
Yeah.
like what's it called? It's something else I'm thinking. No, I was thinking like scripting, but that's totally different. Cause that's like when you're like proclaiming future things that's already yours. So that would be different than automatic writing, right? Is automatic writing just actually just not thinking and just like whatever comes just comes? I mean, that would make
Yeah. Like you could start just making little loops on the, you see, you already know. You already know. You just like, start with loops on the paper and then just let your hand go. Or like I like to close my eyes and put my hands on the keyboard, ask a question and see what comes.
Wow, that's really interesting.
So that's, yeah. It's a great way to work on your intuition. That's a great way to because intuition, I think, is something that we already all have, and especially as moms, I feel like it's something that's almost beat out of us because it's like, how dare you follow your intuition? You're supposed to XYZ with your kid. You
Right.
didn't ask blah blah blah. Why? How dare you listen to yourself? You need to be listened to like everybody.
Right.
That thing. I mean, they came to you. They know what. Come on, like
Yeah.
you know what to do.
Yeah.
You got this. You got this. This is your kid. You got this.
Right.
Now, yeah, we know to ask for help on occasion, but ask yourself first, because sometimes help is not helpful. I think that's another thing about like building a relationship with the land, because like the land doesn't necessarily the land doesn't necessarily have an agenda to push. A lot of different things that you may connect with have an agenda. They have a reason. The land kind of just wants you to, get wherever it is for you to be and do it and express. It's not necessarily about like, you must give me, blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey, you're here. Let's be in this together.
Oh, that's
Let's,
cool.
Be in harmony. Let's love. Let's work these things out, because you humans seem to have a lot you need to be working out. Let us help you, because you're messing up the joint. In closing, I would say, like, believe in yourself, believe in your own intuition. A lot of things you're doing to connect to earth and honor yourself and honor your kids, like you're there, you're already doing it. So celebrate that, that what you're doing. And if there's anything you get out of here, just a libation, just water with gratitude is a great place, an ideal place to start. If you want to learn more about me, I would suggest actually following me on YouTube, because I put up a video, a ritual every week. You could also join my Patreon or my newsletter. And I'm putting together a meditation group for mamas to kind of have a safe space on Monday. France, it'll be Monday night, depending where you are. Mondays to connect more deeply with Earth, with ourselves through meditation.